Welcome to Kaumudi Global. Countries across the world were amazed by Liz Truss as UK's new president, who was much promising by all means. Truss became PM on September 6, winning in a battle for the leadership against Rishi Sonak after being elected the head of the Conservative Party and winning the confidence of her party members. But nearly after 45 days, what happened to the UK Prime Minister? Liz Truss becomes the fourth Tory Prime Minister who resigns before term. Yes, UK's PM Liz Truss announced her resignation. It was on October 20 in her address outside Downing Street on Thursday. Who will succeed her? Will Rishi Sonak serve as UK's new president? Or will Boris Johnson come back with all power? UK is hearing to such back-to-back million-dollar questions for the past few hours. Embattled British Prime Minister Truss on Thursday announced her resignation after an open revolt against her leadership in the Conservative Party. "I cannot deliver the mandate which I was elected," she said, speaking outside Downing Street. Truss said she has told King Charles she is resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. She has been in office for just 45 days, the shortest tenure of any British Prime Minister. Truss announced her resignation at a time when UK government is being shaken by continuous resignations, accusations and importantly, financial crisis. Kwasi Kwarteng, the finance minister of the UK, had to resign 5 days ago. Earlier, Home Secretary Suella Braverman was also forced to resign after allegations of mishandling of official documents. And now, Prime Minister Liz Truss has also resigned. The election of the new Conservative leader would be completed within the next week, she said, setting an unusually short timeline for the process. She said she would remain PM until her successor had been chosen. Why did Truss resign? Anyhow, her personal conduct has not come into question regarding the drastic tax cuts that her government implemented before making an immediate U-turn and rollback. There was public outrage. Truss was also exclusively chosen by party members as opposed to Johnson, who was elected by a popular vote. She had weak support for her general popularity and had been having trouble in the polls as well. Major reason of Truss's resignation pointed by national media include massive tax cuts without planning. The biggest pitfall of Truss administration was a massive tax cut package she unveiled without any outside analysis of how it would be paid for. Valued at £45 billion, that is $50 billion, in the midst of the strongest inflation in 4 decades. Second is pounds tumbled to all-time low. The pound and British bonds were crashed by her plans for sizable unfunded tax cuts. The Bank of England had to step in to stop a crucial segment of the pension sector from collapsing as a result of British currency's decline to an all-time low against dollar and the impending threat of a rout in gilts. Third reason is the parliament vote, which was chaotic. A desperate prime minister attempted to herd her irate MPs into the voting lobbies in the House of Commons for a make or break vote that she had on reason to take on, and the vote to ban descended into chaos. In Parliament, there were outbursts of rage as party whips were charged with using heavy-handed tactics to secure votes. Besides, the next reason pointed out is Truss appointed loyalists to key jobs rather than reaching out to her opponents. And when at the last she tried to stamp her authority on the party, she only provoked its anger. Not only that, Truss started sensing her failure as high-profile officials started exiting from her cabinet. Truss lost 2 key ministers in a short span of 45 days. First, she was forced to sack her finance minister and closest political ally, Kwasi Kwarteng, over a botched economic program. Then came Suella Braverman's explosive exit as Home Secretary from Truss cabinet amid a scathing parting attack on her boss. Anyhow, world is awaiting UK's fate after Liz Truss' resignation, importantly in a burning economic state. Soon after her resignation, Tory leaders who can succeed her began to make rounds. This includes Rishi Sonak as well, who had lost to Truss in the election nearly 2 months before to replace former Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Sunak, a former Chancellor, is the betting favourite to succeed. Along with Ben Wallace, the Defence Secretary, Penny Mordaunt, who placed third in the race earlier this summer, is also vying for the PM's position. Both had supported Truss in his bid to unseat Johnson. Also, resignations of 2 PMs in a little more than 3 months. Boris Johnson, who resigned in early July, and the prevailing economic uncertainty is expected to further spook the markets in the world's 6th largest economy, that is, of UK. I'm Shreya signing off. If you liked the video, please subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates.